Hi, my name is Uelynn Moua, and welcome to the first episode of the Scottie Pod. And today I'm joined by 3 alumni, and let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Niecy Muniz. I graduated in 2025.
My name is Stevie Garcia, and I graduated in 2008.
Hi, my name is Dan Vang. I graduated in 1991.
Hi, welcome, and how does it feel to be back at McLane?
It's kind of surreal. It's different. Like, I've been here, but then it's different in the sense there's so much other things going on that it's like, okay, it's a completely different school.
It brought me like peace. Being in college is it's like a big transition. Walking over here to the T building again, I was like, oh, the times were so much more simpler. But I feel unk.
I'm still processing, so it's
Yeah.
been, I can see that there's been a lot of progress here. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of recollection, and it just brings me, it's like a homecoming for me. So I love the feeling here. I just love it.
Yeah, walking in on campus today, did you guys see anything that has changed, or like any spots that you guys used to hang out with that like look so different?
Oh, man. Well, the pool, for one, I mean, it looks so nice. Definitely did not look like that when I came here. I don't think I saw the basketball courts there anymore. By the pool, are they still there?
No,
I don't know.
they're still
Yes,
there.
no?
They're kind of hidden, yeah.
They're kind of hidden.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. Let's see. The building, what is it? The BAAB building?
Oh, BH?
The BH building. Yeah. That was once a 2-story building, and it was open just like the art building. So it's pretty neat to see that. What else?
There's a lot of trees. There's a lot of trees that was planted when we were here that I go back and I'm recollecting a lot of my own memories. And when we planted the little trees, and now they're all so big, and the vision is really nice because there were no benches there. So we literally sat on the grass.
Yeah. The stage that's out there, that was put in after my year, I'm pretty sure. And then I think my class, our gift was the benches with the umbrellas. So
wow.
That you guys get to sit on. We didn't have that either. There was some, not as nice, but pretty nice.
After graduation, what have you guys been up to? What career did you guys pursue, or trying to pursue currently?
Well, I'm in education. I teach first grade. This is my 4th year, and prior to that, I taught preschool for 9 years.
So for me, after high school, I went to Fresno State and I pursued science. I got my biology degree there. And then medical school, we pursued medical school. Did a career change to business sector, and now I'm a project manager for a large utility.
Yes.
Wow. I'm in Fresno State right now. It's my first semester. I'm going for my bachelor's in biochemistry. I plan to go to medical school. I want to become a psychiatrist, child and adolescent. But yeah, right now I'm just still in the process.
Would you say that you guys took any classes or anything in high school to prepare you guys for what your guys' career is now?
I think everything that I did here prepared me. I was the immigrant generation that came here and took advantage of everything that was offered to me. I was in theater, I was in baseball, I was in any competition, science Olympiad, any kind of mock trial, anything that I could get my experience with, I did, so long as they allowed me. That gave me the strength and visibility of holistically understanding that when you go into a genre or whatever you want to go into, that there's many different things within that genre that you can get better at. So my student body life here prepared me for that. So I was very involved with the faculty, was very involved in theater, was very involved in the different programs here, as we were talking earlier. And that gave me the courage and the leadership to be a part of grassroots teams, to be a part of neighborhood watches, and to be a part of growth. That you don't have to be a leader, you can also learn how to be a great supporter.
Yeah. And like going back to on what you said about like you doing like mock trial and stuff, like what would you say was like one of the extracurriculars that really like stuck to you, that really like impacted your high school experience?
Well, for me, it was theater.
Mm-hmm.
Because from my culture, we're not on stage a lot. And we're taught to be conservative. We're taught to be reserved. Theater gave me a chance to be in front of people, to speak, to be a character I'm not. I was in the crucible about pilgrims, and here I'm the only Asian pilgrim. But that gave me a sense of saying, I can immerse myself and believe into a genre and be a part of something. And that gave me a visibility that I fought through a lot as my identity, where do I belong? And this is what America is, it's about diversity.
And were there any extracurriculars that you guys took?
Yes, I was in the medical program, MERA, all 4 years of high school that I attended here. And I think that's what really shaped the person I am today and the career goals that I have. When I first entered MERA, all I knew was that I really wanted to help people. But I didn't have the social skills, I didn't have the confidence, I didn't know how to apply myself. MERA not only teaches students the skills in the medical field, but those soft skills like communication, being able to make those connections with your peers. Like senior year, when they give you that opportunity to have the internship and go to the VA hospital and get hands-on experience and be able to see what the doctors are doing day to day, the nurses, optometrists, interact with even the patients. All the patients are telling you about their day-to-day lives. You're able to see how it is interacting with people during times that they're struggling. You're able to build your empathy. Things like that helped me become more outspoken, made me more confident about the goals that I was setting. It shaped me into what I'm doing today. I'm very confident in what I want to do, and now with MERA and all the skills that I've learned, I know I'm able to accomplish anything that I set my mind to.
And with you?
For me, it was Key Club. So that for me is just the volunteering and going and helping clean up San Joaquin River, or going in. One of like the most fun, memorable experiences would be going and helping during the Rose Parade and going, helping put flowers on the floats and getting those ready to go, or, spending that time with your friends while also helping and serving others, and going, making cards and sending, going to the Nazareth house to visit, the elderly who don't always have family there to go visit them, or don't have family around to go with them. And for me, I feel like that just is more, it really fit with me because that's who I am and wanting to help people. And that's what I teach my kids at work. And that's something that I continue to do with them. And I teach my first graders about helping each other, helping other people in need.
What is a lesson you guys learned in high school that still shapes you guys like today?
For me,
Yeah.
it's diversity. Diversity here is a strength that I found here at McLane. Diversity taught me different cultures, taught me how to revolve around each other. I got here and I didn't know what a Highlander was. And I think everybody has to go back and look and say, what is a Highlander? A Highlander is a Scottish warrior. And you ask why the men wear kilts. It's because of the terrain that they were in, that they had any flexibility to climb the mountains. And it's resilience that throughout history that the Scottish people exist. It's because of their culture, their loyalty towards family. That's what brought me to understand here at McLane. And then when we, as a group, my class that graduated, to this day, there's still a lot of very personal friends that I have. Teachers that are still very personal friends that I have. My theater instructor, we were just at his house last year, for his 50th anniversary. So these are things that taught me here, that family. And what is a Highlander? And that's what brought me there.
I heavily agree. Being at McLean made me also value diversity a lot. Even looking at the different colleges that I was going to pursue, I had different options to choose from, and diversity was honestly one of the top things I was looking at. If I seen a school, even though the academics were really good, the programs were really good, if it wasn't diverse, I just could not see myself attending there.
I can agree with that. But then also, like, the one thing that, like, sticks out to me is that we always say, I don't know if you guys still say, I'm pretty sure you guys do, but, like, Highlanders never quit. So you don't quit, you got to keep going. Because, I mean, here, you know, you're still, like, kind of being scaffolded, you're being guided a little bit. But once you're out in the real world and it's like you fall down, you got to get back up. You got to keep going. You don't quit.
Would you guys say that McLean prepared you guys for after graduation, just like growing up?
I think so. I think it strengthened. For me, I think it makes us really good at adapting to different situations. For me, because I'm able to, like you said, it's very diverse. You're gonna find yourselves in a lot of different settings around a lot of different people, especially if you're pursuing a higher career. When you're going into graduate school, you want to go into the medical field, maybe engineering, even trade schools. You're going to have to work with people that are not like you. Not everybody's going to agree with you. And McLean prepares you to work with a very diverse setting of people. And even with the academics, I think McLean is very strong in academics. It gives us a lot of opportunities, from APs, dual enrollments. The staff really push us to be high achievers. There's lots of support on campus. We just have to utilize those resources. I think it really prepared me to be successful in college.
And what resources would you say that McLean has that could like help students, like say like students who are really shy, not very open, who aren't willing to really reach out to anybody to help? Like, what do you think is the best way to go at like getting your resources?
If you're really shy, I believe the best thing that you can do is just apply yourself to anything that interests you. Maybe you're not a really social person. What's one of your hobbies? Oh, I like to draw. Look for a club or something that has something to do with art, or apply to a art class. You're gonna find people that are similar to you, that have similar interests. You guys are gonna want to build on each other's interests, turn that into a strength. Then you find community, and community is very important. Once you find community, you make those connections, you guys are able to create a career for yourselves. And then I think applying to a program, we have the medical program, we have the Teachers Academy, we have Art Venture, or getting involved in a club, like she said, Key Club, things like that, that will put you out into your community. I think community service and making connections with your community is what's gonna strengthen you, not only academically, but as a person, your mindset.
I agree with that. Mm-hmm. You get what you put in. And I always tell, my own kids and the people I mentor, the young people I mentor, make yourself uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Be uncomfortable. That's gonna drive you. Be the change. Do something that you haven't done and plan it. If you can plan it, you're fine. You're gonna find that community that you mentioned about. And that community is gonna uplift each other. And before you know it, you're gonna accomplish great things, and that's the world. There's different platforms here at school, online. The world is so big now versus when we were here before. I mean, I was walking through and I saw cement benches, concrete benches. We had wooden benches, red wooden benches. So with dreams and with community, you can build anything. But you have to put yourself out there. Be brave. Be courageous. Dream. That's the essence of what we're doing here in high school.
And I think, like, you speaking on that, well, both of you, like, and it goes back to the basis of it, just the beauty of it being so diverse, is that there's something for everyone here.
And I think if there is someone struggling out there to apply themselves, whether it be like mental health or just those basic needs, there are services here at McLean. You can reach out to your counselors and they will get you connected to different services if you are in need. You're never alone on this campus, and I really love that about McLean too. I've had a lot of friends that struggled throughout our high school careers, and I always knew that there was someone that would help. The staff here cares about its students, and they are wanting to set us up for success. There's always someone to reach out to. Just look for either your counselor or a trusted adult, a teacher, and it truly will help you.
Yeah, I honestly agree with that because what's it called? This is only my second full year. This would be my second full year at McLane, and I transferred here like end of my sophomore year. And like I transferred from Central East, and I'm not like saying Central East didn't have the resources that I needed, but I just wasn't like given the help that I needed. So moving to McLane and like struggling a little bit from my old school and like coming here and like realizing how much support I have, not only from like my teachers but like from the staff, like from everybody, like my counselor, like the office, like just like realizing how much like community I have. It really helped me, and like now I'm in my senior year and like I'm like given so many opportunities, just like doing this podcast, Highlander Highlights. Like I love doing it. I love broadcasting. I love being in the media pathway.
Can I add something before we move forward? When I run into a McLane alumni, no matter what year, and you're going to meet them around Fresno area, and you're going to find how fabulous their time was here. There's a tremendous amount of love in this community and at this school. And the Highlander, once a Highlander, always a Highlander is real. I still get chills when I meet someone that says, oh no, I was class of 1980. And I get the smile on my face like, wow, hey, let's go talk about, this section of the campus did you get the same feeling or this program? I think that comes to me, for me, it expresses a lot. So there's a lot of alumni that can share the same feelings.
Yeah. While in high school, like, did you guys ever go through like a block in your like plan or like, just like if you're ever struggling, how did you like get over it? Like, what are the steps that you took to overcome?
I did. There was a couple years where I kind of did struggle academically, but I feel like that was more due to like personal reasons and not really wanting it more. My friends went to a different school. I was here and I wanted to be over there, and that kind of messed me up academically, and it kind of took a hit on, as far as like where I wanted to go to school after like with college and everything, but that's something you don't think about at the time. But eventually I kind of shook it off and I got my head straight, but even with that little block and everything, as long as you stay on the right track and you put your mind to it and you continue to work hard, you overcome it. And it's like through support with parents, friends, your siblings.
Yeah, I did go into a block. I've always been really strong in my academics. I've always been a straight A student. But my sophomore year, I went through a big block. It was like personal issues. It took a hit on my academics, and then that just brought me down even more. Because as someone that sets high goals, when you see your goals slipping, failing, it makes you even more unmotivated. What I did was reach out to my counselor right when I seen that my A's were turning into BCs. Immediately reached out to my counselor. Hey, I'm noticing I'm struggling. I'm going through this. I need some extra support. They were able to reach me to some support. That semester, I didn't finish off with the 4.0. I got a C. It was my first time not getting an A. And in my mind, because I set myself already a goal, I want to get into a good school like UCLA. And when I seen that I had messed up, in my head, I already checked out. I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to be able to get into those good schools. I'm not going to be able to get into UCLA. Not going to get into this and this and that. I'm just going to go for a lower school. No, even though I had that C my sophomore year, I continued to get straight A's. I did my best. I continued to push myself forward, got involved in internships, got involved in clubs, kept, just setting those high goals. And I did end up my senior year after applications. I got into UCLA, UC Berkeley, UC Davis, UC San Diego. Every UC that I applied to, every school that I applied to, I got into it. I do go to Fresno State. That was just personal choices. But my point is, do not get unmotivated from these setbacks. Push yourself more. Get more involved. Tell yourself, you know what, I messed up this one time, but it's okay. I'm going to work even harder to set myself apart from my competitors. You can always go through. And again, use the resources from McLane. McLane has those resources.
So for me, there was, I think for every teenager, right, when you're growing up, everybody hits that block, okay, no matter who you are. You hit that block, but your weakest point doesn't define who you are. No one should be defined by that. Everybody should be defined about how they end, okay, how they end their journey. And you always think about your journey each step of the way, and you fight, and guess what? Good things happen. There's great people around. You have to allow these people to be around you, to share your experiences. And then when you see somebody else going through it, you know the flags, because you went through it. It's your turn now to say, hey, you want to take a walk with me? Sometimes that's all it takes, and that person comes out of it too. So what you recognize, what you use, and what you build from it is going to make you who you are. And stay resilient. Like she said, everybody can do it. You put your mind to it, okay? There's differences in income differences, demographic, okay? There's educational. But there's bridges in between these gaps. That's why they call it bridges. Build that bridge. Find that bridge. There's a way. There's a million ways to get to the end. Find it. You can do it.
And then, going back to what you said, like building bridges. When I hear you say build bridges, I take that as like building relationships. And would you guys think that in high school or like just throughout your life in general, building relationships with others benefits you guys? Or like
Definitely. That's your support system. You need your people. You need your friends to talk to. And it's not just friends, it's family. It's your teachers, your counselors, like you were saying.
In high school, who would you guys say was your biggest support system? Like who really pushed you through and helped you through, like?
I want to say family because, for me, teenager, you're a teenager. Your friends are the most important thing, That's, you want to do what your friends want to do. You want to hang out with your friends. Academics, you get it done, but maybe it's not your priority, but your family's there to help keep you on the right track. And that was definitely where we bumped heads, but it was all for like a really good purpose and for my future. So I really appreciated that.
I would say Miss Flores. Miss Flores was really supportive during all my years of high school, from freshman year when I had her class to my senior year when I was graduating. She was very educated in the medical program, which is what I wanted to pursue, but even just in general advice, like you said, as teenagers, you're going to go through something. You're going to go through that block eventually, and Ms. Flores was that person that I knew I could talk to and just get general life advice on somebody that I felt comfortable around. So I'll say Ms. Flores was my biggest support system throughout high school.
For me, it was a building block. The faculty was very key, from all my coaches, to all of my mentors, to all of the teachers that I had, and everyone contributed something. I knew going through my experience here, it was as important that I get to know the faculty as much as the student body, as much as the resources behind that as well. Because each level has their own use and their own offering. That was very key for me in different times of my needs. So don't be afraid to get to know somebody out of your age range, because they will give I would say the older folks are walking life hacks and cheat sheets. Will give you the answers and will teach you a better way. So don't be afraid to have those conversations and to allow those conversations to happen. At the same time, don't overlook your underclassmen. Your underclassmen are also going to be an alumni, and the underclassmen sometimes have resources that are very worthwhile.
So Dan, walking in here today, I seen that you brought in your Letterman's jacket, and also you are dripped out in McLane merch. And so could you give us a story behind the Letterman's jacket, and why you're so dripped out today.
I have a lot of love for McLane. When I hear McLane, when I see donations or fundraisers, I pull over. I do my best and I contribute because it's done so much for me, okay? And I brought this jacket in because it's a symbol for me that when I was younger and my family, nobody's ever had a Letterman's jacket. I'm the immigrant. My kids are first generation. So when we came to America, our sponsors taught us that when you achieve, you get a Letterman's jacket. Those are your colors. And so when I got my colors, it was a standard brick and cream sleeves. Well, I went into Olivia. She's passed on now, and her son runs her business. But Olivia's Letterman's Services did my jacket, and she and I came up with something brave together, and that was to go with the black and white. And I took a leap of faith, and I liked it, and I put it together because I was very proud of my school. And ever since then, McLane has adapted this without me officially having to do anything. The color has kind of brought it all out. And I can see the pride in all of it, but it just means a lot that I was able to return and look at the campus and say, wow, this is a place that built me.
And going back on achievements, back when you two were in high school, what achievements did you guys make?
I was able to get into the paid internship through the medical program at the VA hospital. I was also able to graduate valedictorian status. I believe I graduated with 4.02.
That's really good.
I got an AP Scholar Medal. I took a lot of AP classes. I maxed out on my units. I tried to get principals on the roll every semester. I really set myself for high achievements. Yeah.
Accomplishments, merit, made merit lists, made honor roll until, kind of hit my block, but then senior year got better and then got myself straight and then back on honor roll. And then I also played volleyball. So freshman year, and then sophomore year, varsity. And then that's it.
Oh, wow, you made varsity as a sophomore? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Going back to what Niecy said, you took so many AP classes and dual enrollments. Would you say that took a toll on you, or you're pretty good at managing it?
I would say don't overdo it. So I took one AP, I want to say my sophomore year, and that was easy. My junior year, I took 2 APs. That was fine too. I was able to pass one of them. The other one, long story, I was not able to pass it. But it's okay. I got an A in the class. I didn't pass the AP test, but I got an A in the class. But my senior year, I took 3 APs. I did get straight A's, but it was not fun, especially for your senior year. I honestly wouldn't recommend it. I would say limit yourself to 2 APs, because APs are really rigorous courses. Even though the course might seem easier to you, it's high in work, and that AP test they're all going to come in within a month. You want to be able to study for those tests, because remember, the reason you're taking them is for the college credit. Yeah, boost your GPA, but you want that college credit so it transfers over when you decide to pursue higher education. In order to pass those AP tests, you're going to want to study a lot, and it's hard to thoroughly study for 3 different courses. I wouldn't recommend it.
Back in high school, did you guys take any advanced classes or dual enrollments or anything?
I took AP, but I was, AP chemistry, AP European history. There's definitely
Yeah, no.
I passed the class, but not. I did not get my college credit, and unfortunately, it followed me into college. So, but I don't think it was supposed to. That was something that was supposed to not. But yeah.
I always say stay courageous, and you guys are very courageous, because I didn't do that. I was a little bit more conservative, and for me, the experience of learning was very ideal and challenges. You mentioned a key word earlier, managing it. You have to manage your experiences, your achievements, and your academic pursuit. When you're able to do that, then you'll find your medium, you'll find where you're at. When you get good, then you get a little bit braver, would be my recommendation. But don't deny yourself the high school experience. Go to the football games, make friends, okay? Do activities. These are the things that you're gonna reflect on the rest of your life. Take it from the cheat sheet here, okay? The oldest person here. We reflect on our experiences, and some of the greatest people that I've ever met or have always been my closest friends in high school.
I would agree. I'm barely on my first semester in college, but I already honestly do kind of regret revolving my entire life around academics. I did set because I knew I wanted to go to a prestigious school, but you only go to high school one time. That does not mean put school aside and just YOLO. Don't do that.
Right.
But it means have a balance. You can do good in school, take that AP class, do good, get that high GPA, but go out with your friends. Go to Dutch Bros, go out and eat together, hang out your senior year, join all those events, the football games. Football games are fun. You guys say football games aren't fun, it's because you're not making it fun. You have to go out there, be hype, represent your school.
Right.
See, you bringing out football games, I'm here smiling because I'm thinking of staying after, getting ready for homecoming, getting ready out here in the quad to decorate the floats. And I'm pretty sure those have changed because the field's changed, but we used to have floats, and that was pretty neat and pretty fun.
Yeah.
So those were long nights, but very fun.
So back when you guys were in high school, how would you guys describe yourselves in high school? Were you guys pretty fun, pretty involved, just?
I was a busybody. I was involved. I was everywhere.
I did everything I could possibly be allowed to do. I would build floats with one group and then go build sets for the theater, and then after the sets, I would go help clean up somebody's classroom, the teacher's classroom before the next day. Then I would go to French club. Then I would go to, folklorical dancing, used to be involved. And that helped me that there was so much available if you want to learn. And learning doesn't mean you're graded. Learning just means you were there, you're immersed in it, and you're becoming it's becoming a part of you. So that's helped me a lot. Because I'm that made me very knowledgeable about different things. When I got into college and, in my life pursuits, when they talked about politics, oh, I know that. When they talked about NASCAR, oh, I know that. I have friends that I was helping fix his car last weekend, and we ran into that problem. So we always want to make sure that you stay busy, immerse yourself. All these little things add up. What we were talking about of being with your classmates, the rallies, the majority of the folks would say, oh, I don't want to do that. Well, guess what? Those rallies, when you were hyping and you were all hyped, comes back to who had the best outfit. To this day, we still talk about that for that rally. So these things seem funny, but in the end, they actually mean a lot.
I still look at my class portrait, our long class portrait, and I look at my friends, and I look at our outfits, you bringing that up, and then getting some of our guy friends, so we're matching silly shirts with us and stuff. Just memories.
When I think about how I was in high school, I think very different. From freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and senior year, it's totally different people. Because I came in very introverted, very quiet, I don't want to do nothing, I don't want to talk to nobody. And by the end of my high school journey, by senior year, I was involved in a lot of clubs, I was involved in a lot of programs. I had lots of connections, lots of friends. I think I had a good high school experience. I love McLane. I think it's a great school.
Sorry, guys. I have a block. My mind just blinked right now.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can everybody share their best memory at McLane?
Ooh,
That's a good one.
I have one. Yeah?
Yeah.
I think my best memory at McLean was pushing myself to do broadcasting. Because at first I joined like photography just as like an elective, like it was just whatever. Like I'll just do the class to get an easy 8. And then I heard about this extra credit opportunity, and then like boom, it was broadcasting, and I went for the first night. I was so tired. I promised myself I was never gonna do it again, but I actually I kept going because I really loved the community there. I really loved the kids that I met that were involved in broadcasting. I loved like the teachers, Mr. Clifton and Mr. Perez. Like they're just such great teachers, and they're so good at just creating such a nice tight knit community between the media kids, and and I love all the opportunities I've been given, and I was made one of the producers this year. Like I just love coming up with new ideas for this podcast and Highlander highlights and all that. It's just so fun. Like the opportunities are just thrown at me. That's awesome.
That is great.
That is cool. My favorite memory, I think of my physiology class in Mr. Thornton's class. It was super fun. It was fun. It was so fun. It was me and my whole friend group all sat next to each other and dissecting the cat. It was disgusting, but it was funny. Every day we went in there, we're excited to see what we were doing next, learning about the brain. As someone who wants to go into psychiatry, that was fun. It was super hands-on class, and it was super community based. So I thought it was so fun. It was my favorite class. After my junior year and I had to go to senior year and have a new set of classes, the only class I missed was physiology. I was like, that class was so funny. It was so fun.
I can agree because that was my answer. Physiology was my favorite. Dissecting the cats, you're like, oh, that's good. I want to do that. And then it's you're there, you're like, okay, this is that. You memorize everything. And it's okay, what are we doing next? But there's no next.
For me, there was a moment where, when you go through your 4 years like you described, and everybody becomes closer and closer, and then you're all grown up, your senior year. A moment for us that was really definitive was there was some cement that they were pouring out front, on the front of the quad. And this was an unofficial thing, but they didn't want anybody to come and write their names on the wet cement. So the seniors all called each other, and we brought all of our sleeping blankets, and we stayed on the quad all night together watching that until sunrise.
The cement dry?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
wow.
Dry, watching cement dry. But that was significant because it was something we came up with, and that the conversations we had that night was really good. And everybody from different backgrounds was able to just come over and just hang out without any formal activity happening.
That's cool.
In your guys' year, were you guys doing senior pranks and stuff, or?
We don't talk about that.
Okay. Oh yeah. It's secret. What's called? You guys being no offense, older alumni, and you guys
She looked at me when she said.
I know.
Direct eye contact.
You saw. She looked at me.
Direct eye contact. She was older.
But what do you guys what advice do you guys have for the seniors this year, and as we graduate and move on with our lives? Any advice?
Just to enjoy their last year, stay focused, but then also enjoy your friends, because it goes by so fast. And then after, for me, it's my memory of graduation is seeing everybody at the end in the cafeteria, crying, hugging, holding each other, because you're going to different schools, or someone's moving away, and you don't know when you're going to see them, and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if it's the last time you're going to see someone. So it's that camaraderie. So enjoy that time with your friends, because it's so special.
For me, you want to go first?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No, I'm good. I just graduated. I don't even know.
She's not part of the older alumni.
Sorry. But she did graduate. Okay, so for me, everything counted my senior year. I remember my last football game when I was still allowed to be in the student section. Because now I was, you're no longer, you're on the outside of that now. That hit me hard. Going to, the last basketball game, my final at-bat of my high school career meant a lot to me. I was very conscious and in the moment. Being in theater, my last play, taking the last bow, that meant a lot to me. I still remember these things. The last rally where the seniors give the spirit back, right? I still remember that last rally, and I had the prom king crown, and I had to give that back because it's the spirit that you give back to your school. That was memorable because everybody that was good at something brought that and placed it back in the center to let the underclassmen know that all that greatness is still here for you and that you guys are us. That meant a lot to me. So, like she said, when we walked out and we went to the gym and got our diplomas and walked to the quad for us, it was very emotional. You don't understand it at that time, but it was a eerie feeling that I am leaving the house and I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna go because I have a direction and everybody's gonna go in their own direction. So that was very meaningful. And that was a lot for me. So senior year, pay attention. Every activity counts. Senior sunrise, senior sunset. These are going to be a part of your recollection.
Go to homecoming.
Yes.
Go to formal. Go to winter formal. Go to prom. Go have fun.
Yeah, hearing him talk about all that stuff, it just re-insinuates that same message. Get involved in the communities. Get involved in everything that interests you because you want to be able to be like that and be able to look on those memories. You want to be able to be, they remember my senior year I got to be the last bat that he had, or when he was able to see the last football game, going to prom, going to homecoming. You want to be involved because if not, you're going to be looking back. Everybody's going to be, oh, how were your high school years? You're going to be like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, there's nothing significant. You want there to be significance in your youth.
And then, like, just looking back, do you think, like, there is a big difference between, like, the students, like, how you guys were as students back then and, like, the students now? Like, what do you think has changed or, like, anything?
For me, I think McLane was going through a transition demographically when I was here. And it was, but we fought through it as a community. And we've become a part of that fabric. And I think that, McLane is always moving in the right direction. And it's because of the people that live in this area, okay? They represent the heart and soul of what this location is. And they continue to do that. Because outside the bubble, everybody always has a vision about what's inside the bubble. Then you get in the bubble and you're like, it's really nice in here, guys. It's really not what you perceive it to be. And I've always felt that way about McLane, that when there's a perception that people have, and then there's the pride that we have here that really supersedes that. Mm-hmm. And the excellence that comes out of here is really underscored by what we produce through life.
I highly agree.
I think for me, like I said, like he was saying, I mean, just what do I want to add? I want to go more like the technological way. Is having that is great and it's given lots of opportunity, but then me speaking from like a teacher perspective, especially teaching like with the little ones, it's like I just don't want like that communication skill, that face-to-face, and learning how to like conflict resolution or talking to one another, like that not to be lost. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how much that like affects you guys, but I see that more with like the younger, like elementary school children. But I know you guys do speech and stuff, so that helps a lot.
And then, Niecy, you graduated last year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what advice would you give to like the new freshmen this year or any underclassmen who are like having to adapt to like the new years of high school?
For a new freshman, I would say right now is your introductory to high school. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's okay to feel nervous or anxious, not knowing what's going to come in the future. It really does go by fast. I would say my advice would be just get familiar with your community, get familiar with your surroundings, and get involved. Make yourself uncomfortable, like he said earlier. Put yourself out there. You will find community, and that is where you will thrive. And if you need help, again, there's people here to help you. Start off with your counselor. Everybody has their assigned counselor. Message them on Teams or email them and set up an appointment. You guys can do walk-ins, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, walk in there and see if you can set up an appointment right there and just have that conversation. I know when I was a freshman, I already communicated with my counselor what plans I had, what goals. That way we could just have that understanding, and so I can have accountability and someone to keep me accountable. Just in case I did start slipping, my counselor already knew what goals I had and was able to call me in and be like, hey, what's going on? Do we need extra support in this field or this field? And I'll be like, yeah, actually, I need this and this and that. And they get you connected. So just stay connected with your sources, be familiar with your community, and get involved.
Who was your counselor?
My counselor, my freshman year was Miss Tapia, and then it changed to Mr. Vasquez.
Mr. Vasquez?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, Mr. Vasquez
So
is...
OP.
No, he's my GOAT. Mr.
Yeah.
Vasquez is so good.
Mr.
Yeah,
Vasquez is the
go.
GOAT.
And then before today episodes end, do you guys have like a shout out you guys want to give to a teacher from when you guys were here, or like anyone who's going here currently?
I don't really know what teachers are still here.
Yeah, I
Or
think my
like,
guys are retired.
Michael.
But Mrs. Clifton's my bestie, so thank you for inviting me. And then Mr. Clifton, thank you. So
I think I want to shout out to all the students, because I can't wait to meet all of you guys out in the real world. I can't. Whether you're a tradesman, or you're in academia, or you're a community activist, or you're somebody who's passionate about art, I can't wait to meet you, and I can't wait to share my McLane story with you. I think that's very personal for me. So the shout out is that I'm from these neighborhoods, and we turned out okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we turned out okay. We're all professionals. Everybody is still kicking it, and everybody's still.
Yeah.
Because what we remember is we're from here, and wherever we are, a piece of this goes with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait to meet all of you guys.
Shout out to Michael, my little brother. You're the best drummer in the world, and I know you're going to be successful. And shout out to Mr. Vasquez and Miss Force.
Wait, actually, one last question before it ends. I wanted to talk to Dan because, education is a big thing in the Hmong community.
Yes.
And now as a Hmong student, I see a decline of higher education in our community. And I just wanted to know if you have any words for the kids, for Hmong kids who are in high school who are struggling right now, or who are just having a hard time trying to figure out what to do in the future. If you have any advice for them.
I want you guys to answer your question for the Hmong kids. I'm one of you. I'm from here. We grew up poor. Okay, we grew up without, but that doesn't define who you are. It doesn't define what you're going to become. You decide that. Your choices. Okay, understanding the data. Read. Everybody read. Pay attention. Think about things. What's critical. What's important to you. The things that people say around you in our culture is that you cannot lose if you invest in education. And that education could be in your cultural education. It could be in your academic education. It could be in skills, okay? Don't lose sight of that. Education is a pillar to everything. Without teachers, pay attention to your teachers. Without teachers, there's no astronauts. Without teachers, there's no scientists, okay? There's no discovery, there's no inventors. Somebody taught you, okay? Somebody inspired you. Let that inspiration come from somewhere. And don't be afraid, because I was there, and I overcame it, and I believed in a system, and that system is what got me through. Okay, we have to understand that to make a difference in the community, it's going to be us. Mm-hmm. Each one of you are unicorns. You are important. You're going to matter. Okay, and I need you to move forward. Okay, do not stay stagnant. Do not stay still. Be courageous. Take chances, and you're going to be the professional that you're ultimately going to become.
Okay. Well, that is it for the first episode of the Scottie Pod. And would you guys like to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.